Hello, students, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at a gentle and thoughtful poem by Robert Frost titled Unharvested. This poem may seem simple at first, but it carries a deep message about beauty, surprise, and the value of things that are left untouched. Let's go through it slowly and understand the meaning behind each line. A scent of ripeness from over a wall. In this opening line, Robert Frost says that he smells a sweet, ripe fragrance coming from beyond a wall. This scent tells him that some fruit nearby is fully grown and ready. Even though he can't see what's there, the smell immediately catches his attention. Are you getting the point? Simply, it means a strong, sweet fruit smell is drifting over from the other side of the wall, and then says, and come to leave the routine road. He decides to step away from his usual walking path. The phrase routine road suggests his normal, everyday life. But this pleasant smell makes him curious enough to change direction. Simply, it means that he decided to stop walking on the road he used to walk. And it was his routine. Actually, it shows how small moments can interrupt habit. And look for what had made me stall. It means the poet becomes curious about what made him stop walking so suddenly. The sweet smell of ripeness catches his attention, so he decides to investigate it. He wants to find the exact source of the scent that caused the pause in his movement. In simple words, he looks around to see what made him stop in the first place. There sure enough was an apple tree. Finally, he followed the sweet smell and stopped to look around. He found exactly what he expected. There really was an apple tree standing there, just as the scent had suggested. The phrase "sure enough" shows a sense of confirmation, as if he's saying, "Yes, I was right." It feels like a small but satisfying discovery, the kind that happens when nature rewards our curiosity, and then says, that had eased itself of its summer load. This means the apple tree had already dropped most of the apples it had been carrying during the summer. The poet describes it as if the tree has relaxed or released a heavy weight from itself. It suggests the natural cycle of the tree, how it produces fruit, lets it fall, and becomes lighter again. Simply, it means the tree has finished its work for the season and has let go of its apples, and of all but its trivial foliage free. This line shows that he notices that the apple tree has lost almost everything except a few unimportant little leaves. The word trivial shows that only small, leftover bits of foliage are still hanging on. The tree looks mostly bare now, almost emptied after dropping its fruit. Simply, the poet is saying the tree has shed nearly everything, and is left with only a few tiny leaves, now breathed as light as a lady's fan. The tree moves softly in the breeze, like a delicate fan in a woman's hand. This comparison creates a graceful, airy picture. It makes the tree seem almost elegant. Frost shows beauty in something very simple. In other words, you can say, he compares its soft movement to a lady's fan, which is delicate and graceful. This comparison helps us imagine how lightly the branches are swaying. So the tree appears calm, elegant, and free after dropping its heavy apples. For there had been an apple fall, it means that many apples had already dropped from the tree onto the ground. The poet is simply noticing that the tree has completed its natural process of letting go of its fruit. It shows that nature gives generously without needing anyone to collect the apples. In simple words, the ground is full of fallen apples because the tree has let them fall naturally. And then says, as complete as the apple had given man. It means the apple tree had dropped its fruit so fully that it felt like a perfect gift from nature. The poet suggests that the tree has given everything it had, holding nothing back. It reminds us of how nature quietly provides for humans without asking for anything in return. In simple words, the apples on the ground look like a complete offering from the tree to mankind. The ground was one circle of solid red. Now he says that the ground was completely covered with fallen apples, so many that they formed a full circle of red color around the tree. The poet is showing how abundant the apples were, so many had dropped that the earth looked like a red carpet. It also creates a strong visual image, making us imagine a bright, almost perfect ring of apples. In simple terms, the poet is saying the ground was filled with red apples all around. May something go always unharvested. Here, the poet is wishing that in life, not everything should be taken, used, or collected. He hopes that some things are left untouched, so their natural beauty can be enjoyed freely. It's like saying life becomes richer when we don't try to control or own every single thing. The poet wants a bit of natural, unclaimed sweetness to always remain in the world. May much stay out of our stated plan. It means the poet hopes that life doesn't always follow a strict plan. Not everything needs to be controlled or scheduled. Sometimes the most beautiful or meaningful moments happen unexpectedly. He is celebrating the value of surprises and things left to chance. Apples are something forgotten and left. It means the poet is thinking that it doesn't have to be apples. Anything that is forgotten or left behind can be special. Sometimes the things we overlook hold quiet beauty. He is appreciating the small, unnoticed parts of life. Simply put, he finds value in what is left untouched. So smelling their sweetness would be no theft. It means that enjoying the sweetness of things left behind is completely harmless. You don't need to take or claim them to appreciate them. The poet is saying it's okay to simply notice and enjoy life's small joys. It reminds us that appreciation doesn't require ownership.